a new system and it's dope. JB's eating oodles
I
and
feel
noodles,
so
just so I y'all would know.
fancy.
Y'all, JB
Fancy.
is eating oodles and noodles for dinner.
First of
Compliments of
all,
his
no.
spouse.
No.
Are those
There's a
hot dogs
certain.
in it?
First of all, you can't even
Are
see
those
my
hot?
plate. This is.
Are those hot dogs in your oodles and noodles?
She's just mad because she was Edna last week.
So I
That's
was
all
Edna
I hear.
last
She was
week.
mad because Edna last week.
Meanwhile, y'all, I got some cheeses. The snack of champions.
Oh,
I hope y'all can't
that's
hear it. Y'all might
that's
can
what
hear the
that
box
is.
rumbling a little
Yeah,
bit.
we
It's
can
kind of
definitely
cooking.
hear every bit of the movement over
Yeah,
there
because it
right
was
now.
close to my mic. I thought about like, what's kind of close to my mic? Y'all might be able to. This is our podcast. We don't gotta have the etiquette. I was thinking that like I was talking when they podcast like y'all don't get hungry while y'all recording or do they eat beforehand?
They probably eat beforehand, because they're professionals.
No, too bad we ain't. We coming live to you from my kitchen. Hey, I'm Urban Laughter.
She would say that right when I was trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she got me this time,
Yeah,
y'all.
JB gonna wiggle his head. Did y'all ever see Kodak Black on that? What's that little web series? My name is Kodak Black, but when they see me, I'm white, and he wiggled his head. JB was wiggling his head like that, eating them oodles and noodles.
First of all, you're gonna stop calling these oodles and noodles because that they are not. I have not had oodles and noodles since I was a kid, and I
JB
swore that
eating
I would
oodles and
never
noodles
have
with
them
purple
again.
Kool Aid.
I
He's eating
swore I
oodles
would.
and noodles with purple Kool
Now, if I
Aid.
had Kool Aid, that's something I'd be proud of. 'Cause there's actually a place
They
here.
still
The
make Kool
place I
Aid?
told you about. The place I told you about called on Chiba Hut. They actually have Kool Aid in there. Every time I go there, I get one. They have. They actually have the names on them. We don't do names, but they have the names on them. So they have
Yeah, we do
watermelon.
colors.
They have blue, and then they have red.
Yeah, you're right. When you
And I be
said that, I was
fucking them
looking
up
like
because they be
watermelon.
the right amount of sweet. The right amount of sweet. But I'm
They still
JB.
make Kool Aid. I kind of want some.
Yeah, they
But
still do.
I might buy some packets this weekend.
You don't really see them advertising as much anymore, but they definitely still do.
Cause
Back in the day, we would see Kool Aid commercials all the
yeah,
time.
but after a while, dope sells itself.
Hmm.
Hello, you ain't got the
Hmm.
hello. I'm gonna just have to go and check down the Kool Aid out.
Those for stuff that we would see all the time as a kid don't happen anymore. They don't do them
Mm-hmm.
because they built up such a fan base from when we were younger that we're loyal. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be
The
drinking them.
dope, the dope sells itself.
Hell, my friend Travis still drink Donald Duck orange juice. I ain't had Donald Duck orange juice
Now,
in
Travis, now why was you
2 years
telling Travis like that?
because he do. He was talking
And I want
about it.
him to stop. I'm about to call the authorities so his wick can stop.
I told him I said I can't drink that because it's all bitter.
Yeah, right. That's what I
Like
said. I'm
that
calling the
Donald
authorities so
Duck
they
orange
can.
juice got a bite to it. Like
I'm calling the authorities so they can stop his wick because what the hell is going on with him? And I love
I
Travis.
literally.
He's talking about Donald Duck definitely bite back. That duck got a bill. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, how are you? How was your weekend? Did you do hood rat stuff with your friends?
I did not because it rained. I had
The
a
whole weekend?
potential. Mm-hmm. It rained most of the weekend. Sorry, y'all. I had a potential male suitor. JB going to try to mute himself. He's so ghetto. But anyway, I had a potential male suitor. We were supposed to go on a date. I'll tell you about that in a little sec. Like, child. Old boy tried it. He hits me up. Now, I was minding my black business, okay? Because it's Saturday
Mm.
and I was chilling and it was raining. You want to go to dinner and drinks on me? I'm all like, sounds great.
Oh,
Where you want to go? He's like, let's get some Japanese. I'm all like, bet. Because the girls love sushi. Okay?
he meant hibachi.
Hello, nice little miso. No, we was really going to a real live Japanese. A
Mm.
girl love a good miso soup. Some sushi. Sashimi. Okay? Sashimi. I'm about to put it up
Especially
on
when it's on somebody else's dollar.
Hello. We especially love when it's free. Long story short, this fool come hit me up way too late after that. Well, it wasn't that late because you can still go to dinner in a lot of places here, but it was too late for me. Too many hours went by without response, so I blocked him. And as my sister calls me, Blockiana. It's supposed to be one
I
of
get
our
mad
first
too
dates.
because
Yeah,
when you
I,
have plans like that, you start to really
prep.
get really excited for it. Like, oh, I'm about to have this in my mind.
Hello,
I'm
and
already
I was trying to
tasting
get out
it.
a little outfit, getting the makeup looks together. I was doing a smoky eye and off the shoulder look. Okay, I was gonna look cute. Now y'all know I got this little blonde Anna Wintour going. It was great, be
Is
cute.
it off the shoulder
Okay.
because somehow it got stretched out on a hanger or something? I just feel
First
like
of all, ho. No,
it
first
probably
of all,
got
ho.
like the
It was
wavy neck because it's a little loose
not the
and
wavy neck from when the laundry detergent isn't getting too clean, like on the commercials. Oh, but no, it disgusted me, and it was the first impression and the last one for me because
mm,
now I'm getting to the stage. You got one time with me, you can no longer spin the block. And I hate that because sometimes first impressions really are. Some people really deserve a second chance. We talked about that many moons ago in one
But
of
it
our
don't take much to
episodes.
communicate unless something really
Baby,
drastic. It don't take
that
much
man
to
said he
communicate.
had a headache, and I'm like, I hope you feel better. He's like, yeah, I smoked the L. Okay,
Well,
and
apparently people
blocked.
say that usually helps with headaches.
I mean, that makes sense, but blocked because I don't believe him. I don't know him. My name is Urban Laughter. When you see me, I'm.
Oh,
You didn't see it.
yeah, I don't know
Okay.
what that means. I don't. What was
Oh,
that
it
supposed to
doesn't.
be?
It was from this thing with Kodak Black, and it was. I'm not sure. I'm saying how you was laughing on your
Oh,
head.
I don't
It was really
support
good.
him.
I don't support him. It was a different show. It was a. I can't think of the name of the series of the guy that does it. I forgot his name. He does like
I
he
can't even
interviews
tell
a
you
lot
a
of little
song by that
celebrities.
man. I know nothing about him. That
I can't
other
even
than the
think of
fact that
the
he ain't
name of the
shit.
series he
But
was on.
yeah, I don't know. This weekend for me reminded me that I'm not young, and
Oh,
consecutive days of doing things takes a toll on the old body.
mm,
My friend was in town. I was trying to keep up, do the things that the young people do. It's not how I'm not set up for that. The way my life is set up, I either not doing things or doing things and factoring in a nap in the process.
okay.
Because this other stuff is just not for me. It's not for me. I really like this new utility. Like,
I cannot think of the name of this show. You talking about the utility? I'm still trying to figure out what was that. I see it periodically. I will watch it, and I cannot think of the name of it. You ever watch something sometimes and you kind of just stumble, but it just always you kind of always manage to catch it.
mm, no, not really. Not really. That's not. But while she's looking for stuff, let me just take
Now
this
while I'm
time to
looking for
remind
stuff.
you all that if you're not subscribed to us, definitely subscribe on whatever streaming platform you're listening to us on. Follow us on Rude Urban Truth Podcast and Twitter at Rude Herb Truth Pod. And as always, you can go to our website, therudeurban.truth.com, where we have bios and all the episodes and our story and all the other. So that brings us to you. Oh, y'all, she was polite. She muted herself right when she was sneezing. Now, the funny thing
Ooh,
is that you'll be able to, if you're listening close, go back about 15 seconds. You'll hear the,
no,
but then it's gone, so you don't hear the
y'all.
the release of the
Nose was
sneeze.
nose was tingling.
It's that cocaine.
Is it Hadri Media? I can't think of the name of it. But anyway,
You see, she didn't refute that comment. But sure, let's move into the rude part of the
wait,
week.
you said it was cocaine. I just, I'm all wait a damn minute. Wait, who are these seven people? There's seven people here with us. Who are these
No,
seven?
nobody's in there. I don't know. I try to click on it. I can't. There's nobody in here. I don't think. Should be.
Child, somebody done joined our session and we don't even know.
Hmm. Yeah, I was looking at that too. I'm like, who's this? Who is this? But
Yeah.
I've only sent the link to you, so the only people who have access are us right now. But what's your rude quote this week?
Okay, child. Want to remind everyone, I was talking about blocking everything. Now, if the reverse happens, blocking me only makes me think you'd rather talk in person. So, I'm outside, love. There
I
you go.
believe you.
And that's from Nignaw. You know that page B. That was okay. Gotta give credit where it's due. Like you
I
blocked
don't.
me. Oh,
I don't
oh,
know
you
that
want to talk in
page.
person? You said. Oh, okay, heard you. I'm outside. Come out. I just want to chat for a second.
Yep, I believe all of that. I expect that you would do that. You would just show up, you know, knocking on the door, already with your face in the window, waiting for them to see you, staring in like a creeper.
Shut up. I died at that woman that said, I don't know if y'all have seen this or not. It was viral. There was a woman who said she shoots her shot by sending wings to men.
Hmm.
And one of the responses
Yeah,
was,
you put it on
me.
our page.
Yeah, I did put it on our page. I'm glad you remember. And when
Mhm.
he said, you get your fucking hands off me, I be tell her she's married. I was dying. Like, first of all, no.
Did you go to the full Twitter thread?
He waited until I took a bite, y'all.
I wasn't
Payback.
even playing that. She was like, she tried to throw it in her
I
mouth like
did see the full
some
thread. I
peanuts
did.
at a baseball game.
I did. But I did see the full thread. It was so funny. I was cracking up. Some of the men was
Hilarious.
all like me. There's all fading and falling out. I'm not sending
Hmm.
men wings.
You're not gonna send the wings.
No.
Well, that's trash.
No, I'm
Starting
not sending niggas.
Kevin Samuel was right.
I told him about at this big age next year, this time, if I'm still single, I'm technically deemed a throwaway. And I think I told y'all
Hmm.
last week that means I'm gonna be, well, I guess I'd be a street lamp, which means I'd have to gather young hoes to the streets.
No, come on, the Pied
Oh, and I don't want
Piper,
to say hoes, the young girls, the young women.
Pied Piper of the
No,
City
I'm leading
Girl
young girls outside the
Coalition.
streets to have fun and enjoy their beautiful, independent lives. And may a man that is wonderful scoop you right up off of them, but a man that's worth it, not just anybody.
Don't let no man scoop you up yet. Wait till the summer's over. You got a whole summer to be a hot girl. You wait until August or September. You fulfill all months of hot girl summer because if you're doing it right, he'll linger around anyway.
If I may
Like Urban
suggest,
likes to say, she's human cocaine. So
I mean, if I may say so myself, I was going to say, it'd be better if you wait till the beginning of Q4, aka October. October through December, and keep them.
wait till around your birthday. Might as well get something for your
Mm-mm.
birthday out of it.
Cause what if their birthday's in like July or something, or
When you
August, like
waiting, bring them in. Have your hot girl summer. You ain't made no allegiances or being exclusive to anybody. I'm just saying, you keep them around. You keep having your hot girl summer until September. Hot girl summer means that you entertaining whoever you please with no restrictions. You do that. I
I mean, you
support
could do
it.
that. You could do that with a boyfriend too. Cause who is he to stop the love of your life from entering?
Okay. Well, I wasn't gonna say all that, but
I'm just saying, ladies, live your. No, I'm joking.
she's not.
Don't feed into today's. No, don't feed into
She's
today's
not.
foolishness.
Okay.
Oh, did you see
Well,
Spice Adams' post? He has
I don't know who that is.
Spice Adams is this guy. I'm gonna tag you in his post. He had went viral a while back for a friend of going,
But who is Spice Adams?
He's just like a media personality, like a social media personality. As far as I know, I don't know his full background. He may have done something else and been Anthony Adams, but he's like a figure. I guess he paid for the 49ers and the Bears.
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. But what about a post? What is it?
Oh, it's him notifying that it's cookout season.
It's what?
Him talking about his cookout season now. He had on the sandals. You know how your uncle gotta have the leaning sandals?
Oh, yeah. But anyway, Black Magic. Who do you have for us with Black Magic? Because it looks like
Okay.
you have someone this time around.
I do. I have two people actually. I have the first black owned food truck at Disney. And I found them because of them weekend. And it's Zak and Robyn Wallace. They own a truck called the Local Green. It was a restaurant that they turned into a food truck that they had opened up back in Atlanta in 2019. And they got inspired to start the business after they experienced some personal familial loss. They had them thinking twice about their own health. Well, guess what? Recently, the wonderful couple got the offer to bring their food truck to Disney Springs, shared a message about clean eating and food. And they said yes. So now, by saying yes, they made history as the first black food owned truck. I said black owned food owned
How
truck.
long have
Lord
food
Jesus
trucks been
Christ.
at Disney? I haven't been to
Brown
Disney in
owned
a
food
long
truck
time.
at Walt Disney World. I don't know. I've never been to Disney World at all.
When I was younger. Let me see if I can find something.
Yeah, I've never been like ever. That actually should be something I plan to do.
Let's see. How long at Disney World? All right. Actually, yeah, here we go. 2013 was when food trucks first made a an appearance at Disney World. Early November. So the fact that it's been since early November 2013 and we just now getting the first black food truck there. Um, I'm gonna need for to me it's the lack of progress for me. Like it's been that long. This is a food truck. Like and in this case it had to end up being a food truck that was like a I would say almost like a specialty food truck, just because
Mm-hmm.
it was one that it was a healthier option, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm on vacation. I'm trying to eat whatever I want to. Give me some other options. Black because you know they're gonna be good. Give me all of the things.
You know the seasoning going to slap. Go ahead, slurp your noodles up. Eat the noodles and noodles, child. Look at them hot
Now
dogs
she
falling
trying
out.
it.
Look at them hot dogs falling out.
Wait, people put hot dogs in Oodles and Noodles?
I don't know.
Or
I
is
didn't
that
grow
you
up in
telling
poverty.
on
You
yourself?
did. You mad? I didn't grow up in poverty. You did. You see me looking around.
I feel like you told on yourself. You put hot dogs in your Oodles and Noodles. I've never
Yeah, it's
done
cat.
that.
Dude, that shit slap. Don't
Ugh,
knock
this
it
just
till you
sound
try it.
nasty.
Oh no, it's actually delicious.
My mom used to make it like it was like actual lo mein. Like she would scramble up eggs and put them in there and everything.
Mm-hmm. That
But
sound good though.
hot dogs, not at all.
Yeah, and it's
They
funny because I
just
eat real ramen, but I don't eat oodles and noodles no more. Or anymore, I guess I
well,
should
isn't
say.
that technically what Oodles and Noodles are? Is it like ramen?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, but
typically we.
fresh ramen definitely slaps a little different.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
And not even a little different, a lot different. Like the fresh beef that's in it, like you said, the eggs,
You
like the little soft
cheap
boiled egg
Oodles
in
and
it is
Noodles used to be
delicious.
back in the day.
Hmm.
So cheap. It was like what 10 cent
Yeah,
a
there's like
bag
10
packet or
cent.
something.
They used to be like 10 cent.
They didn't like that no more.
How much are they?
I don't know, but I don't think 10 cent anymore. Everything's gone. Um,
I'm googling it.
Kool Aid packets have gone up.
Oh, Kool-Aid package used to be like 10 cent.
Right.
They went up to 25 cent. I do remember that.
I'm looking for. Okay, so well,
Remember
maybe still
Wilder's?
cheap.
I want to tell my mom about
I
Wilder's. Oh no,
remember
they
it,
still
and it
like they
was the
like thirty
worst.
cent. Yeah, they like 30 cent. I
Wilder's was
see
the
Kool Aid
worst because
packets.
like Wilder's used to float at the top, stirring it up, and there be little pieces at the top, and you. Oh God, no! I'm so glad I left those days alone. So
Oh, a
glad.
box of noodles and noodles is $5.99.
Yeah, which I guess that's not bad. Well, no, I
I don't
looked
know.
at
That's still
Kroger, and it was
compared to them
the
being
Kroger
10 cent.
one. The Kroger pots is 12, and it is 3.29. So 3.29 divided by 12, 27 cent a packet. Well, still more, but
Right.
not
A
as much as
dollar
I was
above.
expecting it to be. But since you did a Black Magic that was revolved around a food truck, I wanted to talk about someone else who's started off as a food truck, I believe. Or she has food truck or pop up shops and things like that. But Slutty Vegan, who we know is founded by Pinky Cole, the business is now valued at $100 million, according to Forbes. $100 million.
Off the Vegs. The
So
vegans.
Pinky says she opened her first restaurant, which was Pinky's Jamaican and American restaurant in Harlem in 2014. But like there was like a grease fire that ended up making her lose everything. I remember I was listening to the reading. They talked about it on the reading once. But they said that in 2018, she decided she was going to try again. She came up with the idea of Slutty Vegan. But at that time, she had to use like a shared kitchen space in order to do. She said the next thing she knew, there were 300 people standing outside in line picking up orders, and it took off. So she opened up a food truck, and I just remember talking about it when she was in Atlanta. That I people from North Carolina who drove all the way to Atlanta just to try Slutty Vegan, and her business has completely taken off. Says that she's grown so much that she's opened multiple locations across Atlanta, and she offers more products from kettle chips, vegan dip, which they're also on shelves in Target.
Oh,
Shout out to Target champion for Black people because a lot of Black businesses got their start as being like a major store at Target. Like, there was a long time that even when it came to Shea Moisture, I didn't find Shea Moisture anywhere but in Target. And then Target has a specific
oh
area
yeah, because
just for
Shea
us.
Moisture is no longer black owned, right?
I think it was sold off or something. But back before then, when it was getting its start, it was there. Just like even now, I use Scotch Porter, like the men's
Mm-hmm.
line for skincare and everything like that. One of the first ended up being in Target
Target.
because
I know
before
that's
then I
right.
was
Target
always
said, "Listen,
ordering
we going."
online.
Target said, "We gonna make
They
some
were smart. They
opportunities."
knew that there was a market out there and that we would go for it, and they've been the ones that really started pushing for it when it came to like these larger businesses. But I just thought it was really dope, like because a lot of us have seen how Slutty Vegan has grown over time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I remember when it was just a food truck. knowing that it was just a food truck at one point, and now the brand is valued at $100 million.
Okay. We love to see
It's
growth.
insane, and we love to see it. So shout out
Okay.
to her. And I got some more news about her later, but I'll talk about that when we get to Living Wild Black. So
Because we've been black most of our lives.
we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a little bit.
Some people, I
Well,
guess.
with that said, are we ready to move into root?
Are we ready to move into root talk? Root talk. Hey, root talk. Hey. I'm doing my little. Uh, Okay.
Start this off with: have you heard how Texas have like Instagram has disabled all filters in those states?
Yes, I have.
I I saw some people freaking out because they
I'm
could
like,
not use their filters. Like, okay, filters, but apparently
right.
this
Like,
happened
people really
because
were
they,
distraught.
yeah, apparently this happened because there's like a law that has been pushed about facial recognition law. Like, it's based off of facial recognition. It says that Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed a lawsuit against Meta, who we know as Facebook, in February, alleging that facial recognition technology was not being used properly. So this act that they have is Texas Capture or Use of Biometric Identifier Act. Company consent to store their biometric data, and that rule was not being consistently followed. As a result, they said that technology we use to power augment. This is what Facebook said: power we use to technology we use to power augmented reality effects like avatars and filters is not facial recognition or technology covered by the Texas and Illinois law, and is not used to identify anyone. Nevertheless, we are taking a step to prevent meritless and distracting litigation under laws in these two states based on a mischaracterization of how our features work. So, because of that, even though those filters have nothing to do with any type of,
Right.
the filters had
Like,
to be removed. Just they removed the filters just to shut people up. Because there's just some people that just have really weird beliefs. We call those people Republicans, and
oh, we call this.
because this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But when you have people like what I see every day when I'm coming home, it makes perfect sense. Like on my way from work, there is a group of people that basically stand on top of a bridge like an overpass, and they drop signs that hang from the side so people can see them as they're driving by. Today's sign was Trump won, Biden cheated.
Oh,
These are
this
these
far into
people
the
that still have flag, the correct they have the
right. I'm
Confederate
all
flag still
like,
up
give
because they're
it
still
up.
trying to win something that, yeah, they do.
Right. Like, please give this up. Like,
But this happens all the time, every
but
single day,
imagine
something for
holding
a
on
long
to
time.
some.
They are literally spending money just to hold a sign over overpass. This happens
Right.
every single day.
This
They
is
could be using that to fix teeth. They could be using that to maybe take not a relative, but
oh
instead they would rather hold signs on the side of the thing for very meritless beliefs, just because it only fits that narrative.
yeah,
That,
because it's like this is giving y'all doing a lot.
yeah, it's let's just stop at this point. When Trump
Like, please
first
stop.
won, we were upset, but we eventually realized we had to get over it. We can.
Right.
It's not
Like,
worth the energy. It's definitely not worth the money to be spending something like this to hold over something, because you're not converting anyone by doing that. There's really no true benefit to doing that. I get free speech, but that's not free if you're spending money for a sign. It makes no sense.
this is really some kind of mental illness.
It's bizarre. And I say just Republicans. There's some people who don't identify with parties, and some people who identify as Democrats that have weird beliefs, like, oh, this Instagram filter is like recording me and all this other stuff, and it's just like, come on, get it together.
Right.
So I want to talk about that really quickly, but I want to just transition really quickly into Jack Harlow. So Jack Harlow was doing an interview not too long ago, and they
I just found
played
out he
some
was a white
music.
guy. I thought Jack Harlow was black.
He was the white guy in the Little Nas X video.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, but he played some stuff, and I guess they were kind of quizzing him or whatever. When he heard Brandy's voice, that it was Aaliyah. So that was first strike because though I love Aaliyah, Aaliyah could never sing like Brandy. Is what it is. But I love her still. It's just a fact. But then like one of the hints that they gave, like, oh, he had a really good this person's sister had a really good sex tape. First of all, why are we lying and saying that that sex tape with Ray J and Kim Kardashian was good at all? It was easily one of the worst porn videos I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen it.
It was awful,
I
god
mean, I'm not
awful.
seeking it out either, but
Yeah, I did, and I regretted it. But ultimately, it all came down to him ultimately saying that he did not know that Brandy and Ray J were siblings. Now we have seen this a lot in recent years. But it's starting to make me really think that we are old. This new generation doesn't know what we would have normally thought was common knowledge.
I mean,
Like,
that very well could be
we
it.
remember that there was a song in it by Ray J
Ain't
featuring
that,
Little
wait a
Kim
minute,
where
ain't
she
that
said, "Ain't
Brandy's
that
brother?
Brandy's
Right.
brother?"
Right.
Like, it's just so many things that we would have known that apparently this new generation does not. And it's hard for me to digest. Like, I'm really struggling with knowing that we really are getting old. Like, or when someone is turning 20, and that means that they were actually born after the year 2000. Like,
Yo.
someone born after the year 2000 is in their 20s.
Right. Somebody
Would
born
have
in
normally said that to me. I would have
2002.
been thinking like in the 90s or something. No, I mean they
Right. Like a
still are in their
person born
90s,
in
but still,
2002 is 20 this year.
yes.
2002.
But that's insane to me. Like, I,
Right.
I mean, it's like we know that time passes. We're gonna be getting old, y'all. She could be throwing these cheeses in her mouth like it's popcorn. Like she be throwing them in there like she can't even fuss back because she's still chewing. You should see her. She trying to fuss. Here she go. Here she go. Here she go. Hold on. Let's wait.
Number one, shut up. Number two, y'all, I done worked an 8 hour shift. I am hungry, okay?
Yo, she threw that in her mouth like popcorn.
Shut up. I was too. I shook him up like no, I shook him up like peanuts first.
No, but really, we getting old. I think it's stuff like this that is really confirming to me that we are getting old because something as small as someone not knowing, first of all, not recognizing Brandy's voice at all, but second, not knowing that Brandy and Ray J are siblings.
Not
This is
knowing that they were
crazy.
siblings.
That means that's the same. Those are the same people that probably don't even know what
But
Moesha is.
there were a lot of people in the comments who didn't know because India
I
Ari
know.
had put a statement out objecting.
Oh, I reread him down, which was
Yeah, and
hilarious
she
to
was
me.
like, just because you're a part of our, like, she really went off. And it was crazy because, oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry. Carlos is going to have a fit. Let me sit up here yawning. It was crazy because it was just like, wow, there's really kids who don't know. 'Cause at first I was like, now, come on, Jack Harlow. But then when I
Right,
see it, start seeing other people say it too, I'm thinking like, wait, y'all ain't know either? Like, what is wrong with these people?
right. Crazy. It's bizarre to me. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with it because this must be how our parents felt at one point. This had to be. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that this is just only the beginning. Like this is only the beginning. Oh.
It's
Anyway,
only the beginning.
next thing.
I hate that for us.
Jesse Williams.
Oh, Jesse.
Jesse Williams.
That beautiful man. Jesse, Jesse, Jesse.
So after a year of having to deal with pictures that leaked of Lil Fizz, people being
Oh, I forget
disappointed
about
in
little fizzes. I
Nelly.
remember everybody kept saying it looked like that little mushroom thing.
Then yeah, like a broccolini. But then
A what?
a broccolini.
What the hell is a what the hell is a broccolini?
Google broccolini.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's a vegetable.
Let me see. Oh,
Hmm.
it really is a veggie. This sounds like a man-made veggie then.
Hmm. Do you
Oh,
see how it has it's skinny, but then it has a little bush at the end?
yeah, it do kind of look. It do look. Why it look like that?
I don't know, but someone went to his Broadway show, and apparently at this Broadway actually supposed to, I guess, check your stuff at the door.
Not just that one, all
But
of them. Every Broadway show I've ever gone to, they make you they tell you no photography, and there's usually some people there that kind of go up and down the aisles to check to make
but
sure.
that's a
It's really like a
difference.
Kevin
Like,
Hart
it's
show.
one thing to say no photography. It's another where they actually apparently take stuff because of the
Yeah,
nudity and
I could.
people will be taking
Yeah,
pictures. And in
I
this
could see
particular
that.
case, someone actually
Like
snuck
Kevin Hart
theirs
show. Well,
in.
Kevin Hart show they don't take it, but
Yeah, this
they,
is one where they actually do. And someone snuck theirs in. The Broadway show is called Take Me Out, which I had heard of already because they redid that same Broadway show on Gossip Girl.
hmm
And the people in the audience were shocked because there was nudity. And I was shocked because there's nudity. Apparently, that's just a part of the show. And Jesse Williams broke the internet with his nudes, which I am weirdly enough one of the people that's straddling the fence with this. Not whether or not what we saw was good, but the fact that was wrong.
oh, that they even snuck it.
Yeah, and to release that because I'm on stage at a show, but
Right.
I feel like the response to this would have been so much different if it was a woman whose picture was taken like that.
Oh yeah,
Bec-
Naked Woman would have been definitely like revenge porn or something. Some laws.
yeah, and I there's a part of me like he. I think that there's a part of him that expected like, okay, I know they're doing whatever precautions that they can, but this is gonna happen. I think mentally he's probably prepared himself for that. But I've been struggling with like, yo, it's actually really wrong. Like,
hmm
like that happened to him, and because it's like one thing for you to go on stage and be that vulnerable, but then to know that you had that moment where you were vulnerable and then it was exploited, kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. I mean, not for us, but for
I
him,
just
yeah.
I thought it was I thought it was interesting because there were a lot of takes on that, and then there have been people going back and forth. Um, funny enough, he's conversation with someone. He was interviewed because obviously after this happened, there have been tons of people trying to interview him to talk to him about what everyone
Yeah,
saw.
like speak up.
But he said that he can't sweat it at this point. I mean, he did say that it was very important that people realize like consent is important. Like
Yeah.
to just do this is wrong. But at this point,
Yeah.
he's like he can't do anything about it. He says he's not down about it. But I think a lot of that is because what people saw is what a lot of
Yeah.
people
I
would
mean,
not
because
be
when you got
ashamed
it,
of
baby, you
having.
got it.
Right.
Okay? When you got it, you got it.
But I thought it was interesting hearing the takes that people had because there have been some people who was like, well, stuff like this happens to women all the time, and I'm like, well, no one ever said that when it happened to women it was good either. Like, like it's never good. It's never okay. But thought it was interesting. But I have to say, curiosity got me too, and I was shocked. I was shocked just like most other people. But it is what it is.
hmm
It is what it is. And then one of my friends actually, well, my Facebook friends actually went to go see one of the shows, but he had already had tickets before this ever happened. And then he got there. He's like, "Yep." So it was a great show, and he did not disappoint. I was like, "Oh, I heard your words very well here. I
Right.
paid
What's the
attention to
play
your word."
called?
It's called "Take Me Out."
Yeah. And guess where I live at?
But I guess the tickets were already sold out. Like he said,
Oh,
he
they
got his
probably
tickets
were.
before they actually went on sale. So he had already had
Oh.
plans to go. So if you end up getting tickets, you're probably going to have to get like some that people are upset
Yes,
charging
of
for around.
course.
hmm But
Looking
I
now.
thought that was interesting. All right, I have an "Am I the Asshole" for you, and
Look at my
say that
face. I'm all
"Am I the
geeky.
Asshole" ended up being so bad that the people deleted it off of Reddit. But our good friends at
Oh,
BuzzFeed
wow.
happen to have the full you know quotes from it.
Aren't BuzzFeed and Reddit are together, right?
Mm-mm.
They're two separate
But they
things. Go ahead.
BuzzFeed oftentimes will repost "Am I the Assholes" there and just link it back to a Reddit.
Oh, that makes sense.
But this
I was
one,
thinking it was partner.
what the title is, because I don't see, they have their own title. I don't know what the title is, but this is what it says: This woman is going to call off her wedding unless her fiance disinvites his female best friend.
Oh.
When I say there's mess here, please be prepared for mess. All right, here
Okay.
goes. My fiance has had a female best friend since childhood. I'm not the person who gets jealous over my partner being friends with the opposite gender. What bothers me here is not the gender of the friend, but whether or not they're able to respect boundaries. His female best friend, who we're going to call Rachel, has always been in competition with me, regardless of regarding who's more important and a bigger priority to my fiance. At first, my fiance failed to stand up to her, but after a small break, he realized the importance of boundaries and set hard boundaries with her. So I'm gonna pause here. So this basically, so this is an example of a best friend. I mean, a fiance or girlfriend making something up. This shows that it had to have been an issue for him to have to stand up and
Right.
speak up about the issues. So it says, I know that whenever she sees me or hears about me, she's not happy, but we act kind to each other despite our actual feelings. When he proposed, Rachel didn't congratulate us at all, completely overlooked our entire engagement, and kept referring to me as my fiance's girlfriend. My fiance kept correcting her each time, even telling her how she's not funny or quirky doing this. She just disrespectful. After a certain point, she stopped. Now that we are planning our wedding, we picked out our groomsmen and bridesmaids. My fiance has his female best friend as one of his groomsmen. After my fiance asked her to join that role, she texted me a very lengthy paragraph. She said, to sum it up, it said, just so you know, your fiance, excuse me, your fiance and I are still each other's priority. You may marry him, have kids with him, and share a house with him, but right now, he picked me as a groomswoman, knowing how that would bother you. He cares about not hurting my feelings more than your feelings. You can't easily ruin friendships like that. Just stay in your lane and accept your place. You might be his best friend, but you might be his wife, but I'm his best friend, and I'm not going anywhere. Make peace with it, and who knows, soon enough, we might get along. She said, I showed my fiance. He said he'll deal with her and I shouldn't worry. I told him I've had enough and that the only solution is proper consequences for her actions. That means
Stop.
she's either
Give me a sound effect with a door. Give me a sound effect with a door. And then a police siren.
I don't have that, but I can.
One of them, what's one of them free places, one of them free islands they can go in New York? Rikers?
Right.
You don't need no passport? Ain't that what they said? You don't need a passport to go there?
Exactly. So she said that means that she's either dropped as a groomswoman or uninvited. I'm tired of his best friend not having real consequences for her action and getting her way. I won't trust him enough to proceed with our wedding if he doesn't set clear limits and make his friend face the consequences of her behavior. He said, what I'm doing is very unfair because he is not responsible for her actions and feels like I'm putting unnecessary responsibility and pressure on him. Am I the asshole?
Mm, I mean, you know they like say there's three sides to the story. Yours has and the truth. But I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because why would you
I
text me something like that? Like, why are you obsessed with him?
that's what a lot of people in the comments based off of the BuzzFeed article are saying. It's like it does not sound like this is a best friendship. This sounds like people who probably are in love with each other but are not taking that step to date. There's something about this is definitely crossing the boundaries of being a best friend,
And he just keeps saying, "I'll talk to
and
her. I'll
he's
talk to her."
but he's not because
Let me
this
just.
shouldn't be happening. Can you like and the fact that she was that bold to say something like he cares more about my feelings than yours because he chose me to be a groomswoman despite the stuff that I've done.
Or it
Which
could
in a
be.
way there's a little bit of truth to that because she has not made it clear at any point in time based off of this that she has liked them being together. In fact, she's probably done this with every single woman he's ever dated.
It's giving delusion to me too.
Yeah, I
I'm thinking like, girl, why would you send me talk about he did this more to despite? I'm thinking like, you're actually his friend, and friends are usually in people's weddings. But okay, sis, you got it. So
right.
why would you even? Yeah, like, get her.
Yeah, she's trying to get you know how you know we walk on concrete, but we can also drag faces across it too. Looks
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
she's hoping that that's going to become an option for her. No way. First of all, there's no way that you're going to reach out to someone I'm with and say some stuff like that and not like reap any consequences. But I'm gonna go off
Yeah, cause what? Send me
because
the
you
link to
real
that. I'm
bold.
putting that in my
You
group chat. Cause,
no, you real bold
cause what?
because
Like
that's
who?
trash.
Why would you even text her?
Right. And then to say that, girl,
Then in
wish
that
you
paragraph, like
would.
Miss Mamas, I'm
So
telling you, people
bold,
be
so
knowing who to
wrong.
try to. I sometimes feel
Hmm.
like,
I'm telling you, Audacity bit all. It's on the clearance right now,
mm-hmm. It's on
and
BOGO.
people
Buy
just.
one get one.
Hmm. But one because I just imagine that there are a lot of people who would probably go off on that. A lot of
Yeah, I'd be
people.
like, let me tell you something, Miss Mamas, because this ain't that and that ain't this.
Okay. Anyway,
Mm.
are we now ready for you to sing your song
I
or say
mean,
your
because
line for Living While Black?
we've been black most of our lives.
Talking about this next one, I think it needed to be spoken about, and not even just because of, but there's a list of names that I wanted to say out loud. Like it needs. So unless you've been living on the rock, you know or heard about, hopefully heard about the mass shooting that took place in Buffalo. Um, Basically, an 18-year-old, a white 18-year-old murderer, apparently drove
Terrorist, a
over.
terrorist.
Yeah, yeah, drove over 200 miles from a small town in New York. I think it's called Conklin. Went all the way to Buffalo. Apparently, he went to a grocery store and scoped it out first. Came back the next day, and around 2:30, went in. This grocery store was in a predominantly black neighborhood, and he went in with his tactical gear on and opened fired. I want to say he killed how many people? 10 people, and three others were injured. Almost all of the victims were black. They ended up finding out that before all of this took place, he left plans on like basically like an anonymous message board about what he was planning on do. Apparently, the document he posted there was 180 pages. It repeated multiple times many white supremacist ideologies, and including that conspiracy that a lot of white racists have, where they believe that basically minorities are trying to replace them, and that was his way of justifying targeting and murdering these people. Of the people, there were, like I said, there were was it 10 people that died? The 10 people who died, there was Aaron Salter, who was 55. He was actually he was a former police lieutenant who was acting as a security guard. He actually tried to stop him, and he even shot at him, but because the guy was wearing so much protective equipment, it really didn't do anything. So he died. And there was Root Whitfield, who was 86. There was Pearlie Young, who was 77. Catherine Cat Massey, who was 72. Hayward Patterson, who was 67. Celestine Cheney, who was 65. Roberta Drury was 32. Marcus Morrison was 52. Andre McNeil was 53. Geraldine Talley was 62. And of the people who were injured, Zaire Goodman was 20. Jennifer Warrington was 50. And Christopher Braden was 55.
Mm, mm, mm.
The New York governor, Kathy Hochul,
That's so cool.
um, yeah, Hochul, she has said that $2.5 million in federal and state funding will go towards helping victims' families cover funerals, burial expenses up to $6,000, as well as medical expenses and counseling. But I say all of this to say I was on, well, one, to bring awareness of what was happening, but I came across this post on LinkedIn, and I'm gonna just read what it is. It was posted by Andrea Kralik Swain, who is a licensed social worker. She said, if your black employees are quiet this week, let them be. If your black employees are sick this week, let them be. If your black employees are sad this week, let them be. If your black employees are distracted this week, let them be. If your black employees are restless this week, let them be. are exhausted this week, let them be. If your black employees are distant this week, let them be. We've suffered another trauma this weekend. We've witnessed America's double standard again. We've seen yet another white man decide that we are hated so much that he traveled hours to shoot innocent black people and then be taken into custody. We've prayed over our family and friends, asking God to make sure that they come back home. We've wondered if the next time we choose to drive, run, go to the store, if it will be our last outing. We've pondered why our existence is such a threat to society. We've questioned what is to come. We've wondered with doubt whether this will be acknowledged by our employers. Monday morning will be filled with silence and quiet expectation that we keep pushing on. So when your black employees are quiet, sad, sick, distracted, exhausted, distant, or restless this week, remember that we are grieving and let us be. Sending light, love, and prayers to the Flow community. And I think that I've noticed that jobs don't really speak about this stuff
They
anymore.
don't at all.
We've passed that period where people are like, oh, this is important. Let's act like we're standing in solidarity with the black population as they
I'm
deal
glad
with
that you
these
noted that.
things.
Let's act, and that you pointed out that this is all performative.
Yeah, because we're not. They don't do that anymore. And you know what? I'm not even. I've grown to expect bare minimum from employers now. Anyway, we saw that there were people who suddenly like, oh, before it was made a federal holiday, we're going to observe Juneteenth because of what's been going on. But that was really the motivation behind that because that was what was going on, and it made these companies feel like this was a moment where we need to stand behind these employees. But that ended. That stopped a while ago. But it's still happening. It is happening all the time. I have an event that I'm leading next month for my job. And though the event is supposed to be for LGBTQIA, basically because it's Pride Month, um, I will be taking a moment to talk about Juneteenth
As you should.
because it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how long OMG's even been. Well, I'm going to take that part out. I don't know how long my job has actually been observing Juneteenth. It was just an holiday. It was on the calendar when I got there. But I would not be surprised if it was just like most other places where it was only something that was being observed because of what was going on in the world, not because it was something that people really wanted to stand behind. It was they didn't want to be the company who wasn't in a world where everyone else felt like that was what they needed to do. But prayers to those um, who are dealing with anything that came from that, whether you were immediate family, friends, or just black.
Yeah, just being black.
Yeah. So, on a more positive note, I mentioned earlier how Slutty Vegan had, is now valued $100 million, but
Okay, because they got money. I'm so
right,
proud of
but
her.
Pinky actually, most recently, and I actually saw this. Well, I heard Bay mention it first up on was it the Shade Room, and Pinky basically gave all the graduates at Clark Atlanta LLCs. And I'm over here like, ooh, LLCs every year that's a lot. But to know that somebody was willing to actually pay that is really dope. It
Hello?
is really, really dope. I I don't know. It's just something. There's something very special to me about seeing people really give back because there's so many people who make it and then they leave everybody behind. And because they worked hard to get there, which there's nothing wrong with working hard to get there, but there's something to me so rewarding about making it somewhere and then reaching back, pulling somebody up with you. So like she surprised over 800 graduates of her alma mater. Um, see, I was reading something, y'all, and then of course something popped up on my screen in the way, and I can't get it to go away.
Oh,
But like that's real rude. Like how you just gonna pop up? I got stuff I'm trying to read.
and
Period.
it's crazy 'cause ain't nothing
Okay.
pop up on mine. Mine just the
Yeah, but okay.
same.
So she said that every single graduate in this audience will leave the stadium as a business owner, which I think they were probably sitting there like, what you mean? When a lot
Okay.
of HBCUs and these graduates are graduating, these people who are speaking have oftentimes given them something. They didn't give us nothing when I graduated because
Okay,
we also
not
went to
nothing.
PWI. But I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was really dope. She said, like I said before, she started doing all this stuff in 2018. Um, she graduated from Clark Atlanta in 2009 with a major in mass communications and media studies. And she's also a part of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, stuff like that. But I think that that's really dope. 800 people got an LLC.
800 people. That is dope.
Cool.
That's super dope.
Like it was like, I mean, when you value that $100 million, maybe
I
that
mean,
ain't
when you
much of
got
nothing.
money.
But
You know,
I
I mean,
just,
when you got money.
it's so dope. I just, if I ever make it that big, there's going to be something so rewarding for being able to give back. And I want to. Because you know me. Anybody who knows me personally, they know I've been in the Big Brother Big Sister program. I was in Big Brother Big Sister for 5 years. Easily one of the most rewarding times of my life. And I think about that often. Like if I ever make it big to the point where I have enough dispendable income that I can give back, I would do it. 'Cause,
Me
like
too.
when you like if you're speaking on stage like she was, I just imagine the reactions that these people had. I'm sure people were
Mm-hmm.
crying. I was because there's certain things that they probably thinking about having their own business, but knowing as a graduate that you're probably not going to have the best paying job as soon as you come out of school, that you're going to
Right.
have a long way to go before you can get to something like that, and know that someone actually gifted you that big step that you would need to get things going. Beautiful, beautiful.
BEA, beautiful.
Hmm. So that's all I have for Rude Talk, and
Rooftop. Hey.
our our
Hey.
favorite co-host over here claimed that she actually has something that she wants to leave us with today.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I got something I need to use that way. Hold up. Let me pull it up.
See, she wasn't even
Where's the.
ready, y'all.
I wasn't ready. Yeah, I pulled it up for y'all. Okay. This is like something serious though. No, is it serious though?
Oh,
Okay.
you tell her
I don't know. It's
when you
probably it's not
finally
really
get it.
serious. But I got this from A. Nicole.
Hmm.
I see so many people wanting to eagerly escape the dark pits of their shadows to come play in my life. If you can't stomach spending time in your own company, what makes you think I want to spend time alone with you and mine?
Hey,
Hmm?
I'm
Hmm?
big on protecting
Because
peace.
what made you think? What made you just around? What made you think?
Mm-mm. Well, my thing that I want to leave you all with isn't very positive, but it's the truth. Not her truth, but my truth once I say it. This person on Facebook, who I'm really confused that her name is Thomas, um, Thomas Janae Whitney. So somebody said, I'm naming this baby after me, the daddy. You're going to
Right,
get this family's
regardless.
name. But she made a post that said, biggest turn off is a man with an EBT card. Shaking my head. Someone said, "What's wrong with that?" She said, "It don't look right to me, especially a single man. I like men that work and provide, not EBT. That means you're not making much." I
Oh,
told this to
please.
Urban Laughter and our friend Rico. I said, "Look, she's stupid because I'm gonna swipe all the damn stars off that car. It ain't gonna look like no EBT car when we done. It ain't
Hello,
gonna look
run
like
these
a used up library card or
listen,
student ID because them stars gonna be
run these
gone."
government gifts.
Look, I'm gonna swipe that thing so bad that the strip ain't gonna work. You're gonna have to type in the numbers in your machine for this. I am going to swipe all of the things. All of the things.
Okay? Like, girl, you focus on the wrong thing. You can get off of that, but in the meantime, that man is sustaining himself and he can eat.
Hmm. And last thing, y'all be careful. You don't know what people going through. I saw a meme the other day where someone said the moon looks huge tonight, and that moon clapped back and said, "So do you, bitch." You don't know what somebody going through. You can't control how they react to you. So don't do that. Don't do that. But with
Oh,
that
Dad,
said,
cause not the moon.
the moon was not here for it. But with that said, that's all I got. That's all we got. That's the end. We're
Farewell.
at the end. Oh, y'all, she yawning.
I'm so
I
sorry, y'all,
wish I
cause I'm
had something to end
tired.
with. Oh, let me
It's a
see.
Monday night. I'm so tired.
Let me see. What can I end this with?
I got on my little house dress, y'all. I'm about to put this
Oh,
bonnet on. I'm about to go to bed. Did you really end it with a round of applause?
that was me clapping, for your wig.
Oh, you tried it. This ain't no damn wig.
It is a wig. I don't care
It's
what y'all
not.
say. It's on your head.
It's a sewing.
It's on your head.
I do have wigs, but I haven't worn one. This is actually a
But
sewing.
this is on your head. It's a wig. Anything
It
that is
is a
attached to your head
sewing.
is a wig to me. That
I'm not
includes
arguing with
a
you.
whatever that is that you have, an actual wig. The thing that you said I'm gonna have it at the front so I can do it in a ponytail.
The
All those are
closure.
wigs.
You talking about the
Those are
front
all
one?
wigs.
No, they're not. I'm
They're all
not.
wigs.
He don't know. I'm not arguing with somebody that ain't got no damn hair.
I mean, I be arguing with you and you ain't got no hair.
Oh, oh,
And with that said, you guys, we'll talk to you guys next week.
oh! Wait, we can do a more clip.
Oh, I did. I already did.
Oh,
I have three of those. But
oh!
anyway, bye, ball heads. We'll talk to you next week.
Farewell, fare thee well.